Hey guys, Jeff here, Dice Setters. I will be in Vegas Thursday through Sunday. I'm going to NHRA, and of course while I'm there, I've got to play some craps. And I will be in Vegas again the following week. Just if you want to sit there and play craps, just let me know. Email me. It is dicesetters at dicesetters@gmail.com. I have so many numbers and stuff in my head, I can't keep anything straight. So, like I said, I was going to Ellis Island. They changed the table, and so now I like it so much, I'm going to conquer that table. And you might be having the same problem. You know, you go to the casino, and every time you throw, you lose money, which is very common, but it doesn't have to be common. We go there to win. We go there to have fun. If you're winning, you're having fun. If you're not winning, you're not having fun. If you're winning money, you're having fun. You know, it's kind of a, yeah. So you got to have fun, or else you're going to be dreading it every time you go. So the best thing to do is pick out a casino, pick out a table. And that means that you're going to go visit it a couple of times, make sure that table stays the same as far as it's a $15 table, or you might want to play a $10 table, a $5 table, $25 table, whatever. You don't want them to change it up on you. You don't want to sit there and get used to this table, and then the next time you go to play, oh, this is a $50 table? You know, you don't want that to happen to you. And I'm trying to make it so that I win. If I can help myself win, hopefully I can help you guys win. So we're sitting at our normal table. Ellis Island has two tables. One table they open up sooner than the other. They don't open up both tables at the same time. I've been there when they open up the table next to the bar twice, and I've been there when they open up the table away from the bar once. So, you know, both tables are done the same, but are they going to be different? Of course. Each table is going to be different. You might as well think of it as a slot machine. Each slot machine is different, and each pool is going to be different. Craps tables, each crap table is different. Each throw is going to be the same as long as you keep it constant. So let's go with what we're going to do. We are going to sit there and visit the table at a time that there's nobody there, or if anything, one or two people. This will speed up the process instead of you sitting there waiting for it's your turn to shoot. So you're going to have to pick your spot. L1, L2, very back, R1, R2, very back. You're going to have to pick where you feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable being, say, L1, move. You want this to be for you. This is going to be how you're going to make money. There's nothing worse than knowing a good roll, not being able to use it because you can't be at your spot. So visit the table at a time that hardly no one's there. It'd be best if you could go to the table if just you were there. Sometimes it might be in the mornings, sometimes it might be sometime after midnight. I don't know. Each casino is going to be different for how busy they are. The best thing I can tell you to do, as long as they allow it, and they'll just probably look at you kind of strangely, but you're going to sit there and do a pass and a don't pass, whatever the minimum is going to be. As long as you don't put your money on a bonus. And a bonus would be like the all tall small, or they do have a fire bet, or they have a repeater bet. As long as you're not doing the bonus, they shouldn't care if you're doing this. So this is going to cut down on how much money you're going to spend while you try to figure out what your roll is going to be. I don't remember what the name of it is. Maybe if one of you guys have been there, you can put it on the comments. But there is a cool little store in Vegas that is in the downtown district, and they do have old slot machines. They do have books. I think it's called something like Las Vegas Dealer Store or something to that effect. But in that store, they're supposed to have a crap chart. I've tried to sit there and actually send for one. I could have sent for one there, but I'll be there Thursday night anyway, so I'll just wait. But they're in a small little tear-off sheet, and you're going to put down your name. Instead of put your name, I would put down what dice set are you using, and then you're going to sit there and tell how good you did or how bad you did. and then that will give you, a place to start. So once you do this, you're not going to lose very often, and then you're going to start practicing your throw, That's all you matter about, just practicing your throw. Keep it constant, keep it the same. Start with the dice the same way, hold the dice the same way. If you want your dice to stay together, you're going to have to make sure you're going to have to let your thumb go, not your fingers. Because if you let your fingers go, that's when it splits apart. So things like that. So on that sheet, I would put down what you are throwing. What is the dice set that you are throwing? The next thing I would put on that sheet is what number did you hit? I hit the 4. Once you develop this throw, I would even go as far as putting down if it's a hard way or not. Because if you can consistently throw a hard way 4, that's going to sit there and make it, you're going to put a quarter on the hard way because you know you can throw it. The other thing I would do is divide up how you made that 4. So you could go 2 plus 2, put a circle around it, that gives you your 4. That was a hard way 4. Or if it was an easy 4, you're going to do 3, 1, and circle that. That way that's how you came across that 4. After a while, you're going to find out that one number is going to be more dominant than any other number. And then if you keep track of which dice, like the next time I roll is going to be a 3-2. The next time I roll is going to be a hard 4. After a while, you're going to realize that for some reason 2s come up more than anything else. That's going to help you later on. If I sit there and say, no matter what I throw, it's always got a 2 in it. That'd be a time to sit there and hop up every number that's got a 2 in it. Why not? If we can sit there and dial our throw in that way, if we know every throw is going to have a consistent 2 in it, it's easy money. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that type of consistency. So here it shows you that I've rolled one of my numbers, one of my dice was a 4, one of my dice was a 5, one of my dice was a 6. Because there is no 1 in the table, I've rolled a 1 3 times. I've rolled 2s 3 times. And I make that a 3 1 time. I've rolled a 2, that's together, a hard way. It's the only way you're going to roll a 2. I've rolled a 4 together. I've rolled a 5 together. I've rolled a 6 together. And then I also rolled a 10 together. That's from before. Don't worry about that. The biggest way to make yourself money is to put money down where you're going to roll. I have seen so many people sit there and just automatically think, you know what, the 6 comes up more times than anything else, and the 8's going to come up right next to the 6 because in the middle of it is 7. I'm going to put $100 on 6. I'm going to put $100 on 8, and then you get a roll that or a roller that rolls everything but a 6, 7, 8. So you've got this in the risk category, and it's not doing you any good. You're not making any money. After 4 or 5 rolls, I would sit there and start questioning my money. Where did I put my money? Because if you're not bringing in anything, 7's coming right up. You want to put the money only where you know you're going to sit there and make it. It would make no sense. Now, I've only rolled 1, 2, 3, 4 times, but let's say that it looks something like that, and I never hit the 8, and I never hit the 9. It would make no sense for me to even put money on the 8 or the 9. Just avoid it. Will you hit the 8 or 9? Yeah, you might. But put your money where you're going to sit there and hit. If you're never going to hit the 8 or 9, or if it's just that one uncommon thing, don't put money there. You say, why? Because if we can shrink the amount of money we have on the table, in case the 7 should come up, we're not screwed. Plain and simple. I could sit there and put 3 units all the way down. If I never hit the 9, if I never hit the 8, that's 6 units I can sit there and put in my pocket and not worry about 7ing out. Will I hit an 8? Sure, eventually I will. Will I hit a 9? Sure, eventually I will. But right now it's showing that 8 or 9 is not working. So I'll show you the roll I have. I sat there and asked about comments about what your dice set is. And one person, it might have been 2 people, sat there and said 2, 1, 2, 1. And of course, each person throws it differently. Each person holds it differently. You're just going to have to do something that works for you. If it works for you, that's all that matters. And there goes a automatic 7. So you can see I didn't roll a 7 when I was trying that one. Well, you can see, okay, well, I won't use that throw if that's what you're consistently getting as 7s. But you wouldn't have lost any money if that's all you had on the table. You had that, of course that was the beginning roll, but say that your point was on 4. If you rolled that, they would have sat there and taken this and done that. You still have the same amount of money in your pocket. But that's how you're going to have to sit there and conquer this table. It's not by random throwing that you're going to conquer the table. It's not by holding the same dice set that you've used for 20 years. That's not what's going to get you to conquer that table. At Ellis Island, and if the guy that does this is listening, I'm sorry. But anyhow, there is a guy that sits in L1 at Ellis Island. I don't know his name. At one time he sat there and said, "Hey, I recognize you." And I thought, "Oh no. Please don't say that you know me from Dice Setters or you see my videos." But he goes, "You were here last time." And I was like, "Huh, wow, thanks." But his dice set is always the same. His dice set is always the same. It ends in 3 and 4, and then he has doubles on top. I think he has 5s. I think he starts off with 5s, and he has 7 in the back. That's how he starts off. And then I think after he sets his point, then he moves it to 6. It could be the opposite way around. But he gribs them like this and throws them this way. If your dice set already has 7 in it, what do you think the possibilities of that's going to be a 7 when it hits down there? Pretty high. I don't want to sit there and say, "Hey, you know what? Why don't you get rid of the 7 that's back here? Why don't you try that?" It's not really anything different. It's just moving one dice here, but now you don't have a 7. But I'm not that kind of person. I'll sit there, maybe laugh, joke, say, "Hey, why don't you, but I don't want to sit there and tell people how to roll. That's not me. I do this for my education and hopefully your education as well. Hopefully something helps you. I throw a lot out there on the plate, but whatever sticks, hopefully that's something that helps you." But that's what I like to say to that guy. And he doesn't roll very good at all. And when he does roll, that's what his starting bet is. Which means that he knows that his roll's pretty bad too. But that's what you need to do to start figuring out how to roll. What is your roll? Finger placement, I've already shown, that's very important. You might find something that's perfect when you hold it this way. The next time you go back to the table, you might change it up and go, "I don't understand, why can't I roll the same?" It's because your finger placement was different. So on that piece of paper, when you sit there and put down what your dice set is, put down where your finger placement is as well. You have, you only have a couple of different ones. You have, a 2, or what they call a pinch this way. You have a pinch this way. You have a 3 finger. You have a split 3 finger. You have a whole grip. There's so many different ways. So to keep you from wasting your time, when you have that piece of paper, write down, "I'm holding it this way." I don't know how else to make it any more simpler. Or you just, but you're going to have to sit there and try. So if you hit 7, 7, 7, okay, well, that's not working. And you're like, well, what are some popular ones? Well, this is extremely popular. This is a 3V set. The next one that's pretty popular is a 2V set. That's a 2V set. You even have across 6, and that can be that direction. there's many ways. There's many ways. If you go on Google, just look at dice sets, and there's probably 20 of them. Each one is going to be slightly different. Each one you might have 6s and 8s always come up, or you might have 9s and 5s always come up. Each one's different. That's what you're going to have to do for a table. So if you're not winning craps, if you're not taking home money, if your turn only lasts 3 or 4 throws, this is for you. This is what you need to do. And this way you won't lose much money. And what I mean by that is, if this puck is off and I roll a 12, I'm going to lose 5. That's the only time I'm going to lose anything. Puck is off, roll a 12, I'm going to lose 5. Or if you have a $15 table, puck is off, roll a 12, you're going to lose 15. If you're at a $25 table, that's right, you lost $25. But that's the only one number that you're going to roll as you're practicing that's going to sit there and lose you money. This is I'm testing the waters. I'm putting my pinky in the pool water and seeing if it's too cold for me to go swimming or not. This is how you do it. Anyhow, hope to see you in Vegas. If you want to shoot craps with me in Vegas, hit me up. I gave you my email, and we can do it Friday, we can do it Saturday, we can even do it Sunday, and the following week after that. Just let me know. Like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to get us to at least 3,000 subscribers. We're not halfway there yet, but we're getting closer than what we were, say, 6 months ago. But anyhow, if you can share, like, subscribe, comment, whatever. I try to comment back to people. I try not to sit there and call people. I'd rather email you back and forth. That way it's, I don't know your number, you don't know my number, kind of private kind of thing. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to show up at the craps table. I won't show up at the craps table and play craps with you. I do that in a heartbeat as long as I'm there in Vegas. Anyhow, have a great day, and like, share, subscribe. Have a good one, guys.